Albinism is a rare congenital condition which affects an estimated 1 in 18 to 20,000 people. Those born with albinism have a lack of melanin, which is the chemical that creates pigment. So the more melanin you have, the darker your hair, skin and eyes will be.
They neither have special powers nor disappear without any trace. They only have a different skin color and expect to be loved and respected.
Every person, you get to know yourself from 6. So I got to know this is my condition when I was 6.
I don't really know the exact age, but I just realized I'm different.
Were you worried?
A bit.
But then what changed?
I got to understand if this is me and this is the world you have to console with.
It wasn't a good feeling being a kid, and then I find myself different from other kids, even in school, in church, around the community. I ask myself, why am I like this? Why am I different?
They have been made to believe that they are inferior. They are not part of the community. They are bad.
People with albinism often face discrimination here at home and across the globe.
They are used for cleansing our gods, our small gods and those things.
A whole lot. They don't go to private on Fridays. They don't die, they vanish like a whole lot.
My mom told me like there's a shrine in our village in Central Region that maybe when you want the fruit of the womb and you put the fetish priest over there give you such baby.
I also heard that in the afternoon when they come out they don't see very well, especially when the sun is very hot.
What I know about them is some of them are a bit weird, like you can't really even have a conversation with them. Yeah, they act differently from normal people, and their hair color too. Even when the person is dark, you realize their hair color, and sometimes you see it from their eyes.
Do you know any albino that died before?
I heard that when you bury them, they vanish.
Where do I vanish to? That is the question I also ask myself. Where do we vanish to, heaven or we?
Can excessive sunlight kill you?
Yeah, because of the sun. When you pass through the sun for a period of time, you can get cancer.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I know cancer can kill.
Okay.
That is what I.
So how do you feel about something that people enjoy? You know, people like the summer, people come down to even Ghana to enjoy the sun, and you don't get the chance to experience this feeling. How do you feel about it sometimes?
That is the only thing that puts me down about this condition. I don't want to use the word condition, this complexion. Okay. Yes, because God gave me this complexion with another character. I'm a fun type. I always want to expose myself, but the country and the weather I'm in does not permit me. But I do ignore sometimes, and my face becomes very reddish. Wherever I'm exposed, like right now, when I get home, that place will be red.
Very red.
Very red, and it pains too.
It pains?
Yeah.
Wow. So it means you don't normally go out during the daytime?
When it's not necessary.
Imagine how difficult your life would be if excessive sunlight, something that most people enjoy, and something that even give vitamin D, can cause your death. I'm here to tell you that albinos are found in every part of the world, but most predominantly, albinos are found in sub-Saharan African countries. Most frequent questions asked about albinism is, are they humans? Are they gods? Is it a deformity? Or are they kids? Today, we are here in the Volta region of Ghana to discover a community where most albinos in Ghana consider their hometown. Join us and let's discover the hometown of albinos. Alright guys, going to the village, right? We passed through a lot of towns. We passed through at Impoku, yes, that's where the Adome Bridge is, and we passed through Peki, Juapon, and we passed through a community called Have.
In Ghana here, we call albinos like Ofri,
I don't know where that name came from or the background of that name, but we call them Ofri. Some people say Ofri Jato. I personally don't know how we got that name, but my experience with albinos, I think I remember growing up with about 2. One was in my primary school back then at Teshi, and then I grew up with one in the vicinity playing football. But well, we've heard that this particular community, if you trace or averagely meet an albino, most of them come from this particular village. So guys, let's go and see the story behind the albino community located inside the Volta region of Ghana. Guys, this is Sovie, the community that is known for albinos, or the hometown of most albinos. Let's get in, probably see what information we can gather. But so far the road looks very good. The whole place is calm, serene environment. It's 9 a.m. in the morning, so the whole place is quiet. We left Accra as at 4 a.m. to get here. So let's see probably who we can talk to, right? When we're doing our research, then we saw this community.
When we got here, we met a man who has lived all his life with albinos. He has albinos as siblings, and this is what he had to say about albinos.
So about the albinos, my father himself has given birth to 2 of them, which are males. And then my father's sister also gave birth to 2 of them.
All right, guys, let me remind you, if you have any business or any product that you wish to push to a wider audience, Scanty Explores is the place for you. The number is on your screen. The email is also skantyexplores@gmail.com. Contact us and let us push your brand or your products to a wider audience.
As we were growing up, I'm older than them a little. So when they give birth to them, normally when they are playing, you can hear some of them saying that they've left their things somewhere. And then even their children, normally they have to make tea for them, but they are here eating this local food. So sometimes you can hear them that if they are growing, they want to go back. That was their playing talks. Where they are coming from, nobody knows where they are coming from.
Embarking on this journey, there has always been one thing we wanted to know, and I know you watching will also want to know why this place is called an albino village, and how did these people come about in this village.
In the olden days, when they were coming from Moche, you know, the Ewes came from Moche under King Agokole. So when they were coming, they had an albino. That albino came with the people, and he stood at one of our towns called Kujra. In this town, we have another clan called Konda. That place too, in the family, they had 4 of them, 2 men and then 2 girls. At the top here too, we have 2 of them. But one of them, the boy is a Catholic priest, and then the sister too is married to a Ghana, so they are living in Accra. So that is how the albino came into being in Sovie here.
People say they walk around and they don't see posters of like an albino who is dead. People don't see that in town.
This thing it's funny. It's really funny because Jesus Christ, that he came as a normal human being comes, and he died and resurrected. So how much me, I was impregnated 9 months, I came out in a normal process. So where do I vanish to? That is the question I also ask myself. where do we vanish to? Heaven or we?
So I think you have to clear that misconception. You people don't die. You people don't. You die. You don't vanish.
We don't vanish to anywhere. Where are we vanishing to? The problem is just that out of 100 people in the community, you see one albino. That is the problem. So it's hardly for you to see an albino poster. That is the problem. Yes, but albinos do die. We are humans. We die. We feel.
They are humans. They are just like us. We share the same blood. We drink the same water. We eat the same food. We go to school. We do everything in common. They don't disappear. They fall sick and die.
Albinos die. We albinos are humans just like everyone. It's just like a genetic condition. Okay. If you get married, like you, Scanty, for example, you can give it to someone like me. Okay. Even the lady is a carrier. She's going to give birth to an albino.
Okay.
And if I get married and the lady I get married to is not a carrier, I'm not going to give birth to an albino.
Okay.
But if the lady is a carrier, I will. So it depends on the genes and all those things.
Yeah. Have you attended an albino funeral before?
No.
Do you know any albino that died before?
My uncle. I've heard about him, but I didn't come to meet him.
Okay, but you have not been to an albino. Have you seen an albino poster before?
Once.
Once?
It was in a group.
Okay.
Then someone posted it.
Okay.
Like in a funny way. Okay. Like this is the first time I've seen this, so we were all laughing. I was even the one leading the shows.
Okay. You were laughing that albino died.
I wasn't happy about it though.
But it shock you say you see the albino die.
You see, boys just do certain things to make fun of you.
Okay.
So if you don't lead it, it'll get back to you. So I lead the fun. I direct it the way I want it to be directed to, so that it wouldn't hurt me.
But growing up, did you believe the idea of people saying albinos don't die? Did you also fall into that trap?
No.
You never believed it?
Hey, you die once.
Okay.
You can't try that.
Guys, if you are watching this and you've not subscribed, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Be a part of the Scanty Explores family.
Would you believe in this society, albinos are not allowed to get closer to the chieftaincy role?
In our community here, albinos don't go near the stool. Right now, my father is the chief linguist of this town, and he's giving birth to, let's say, 4 albinos. So when he's going to when the days come, like I consider that they are visiting the stool, when he's going there, he doesn't take them there.
What will happen to the throne when the albino get there?
Wow.
That is my question for them. What is going to happen to the throne or the albino?
You see, in like kinship, for example, if you have something that someone can make fun of, you wouldn't be allowed.
Okay.
So it's not like just albinos. It's if you have a deformity or something that can make someone somewhere say something that will affect the throne, you wouldn't be allowed.
Okay.
So me with my color and how we the society see refer my color to, I can't. Because someone might just throw something there. Yes. I heard there was one village albinos are not allowed to visit.
There's a place albinos are not allowed to visit?
Yeah.
Where is that?
It's in the northern region somewhere, but I didn't read much about it.
You didn't read much about it?
Yeah.
But albinos are not allowed to visit the place because they think you guys are different?
I think it all comes down to public education about this. Yeah.
Another misconception that people say, do you use the washroom?
Mondays to Fridays, Mondays to Sundays, every day, every time.
Albinos don't go to washroom on Fridays.
That's a lie.
You poo on Fridays.
We poo on the Fridays. Me, I always do my shit, especially on Fridays. I reserve. I keep them then. Fridays I go.
What causes the skin color to be like this?
It's a genetic condition.
Okay.
Yes. For me, it's in my family. My grandma is just like
Your grandma is an albino?
Yeah. And she's 70 and above. She's still there.
To me, my belief is natural.
It's not a sickness?
It's not a sickness at all.
So anyone can be an albino?
Yes. You can give birth to an albino. Anybody can give birth to an albino. because they are humans. Even sometime I learned there is some African country where Tanzania, I think they say they slaughter them and eat them.
It says back then albinos were being used as sacrifice.
It's still there. Countries like Tanzania, yeah, people are still used as sacrifices. I read documentaries about people, they use certain part of their body for sacrifice and other things. It's still there. So it all goes down to the government implementing laws or policies that's going to help us as citizens of the country, as people, because we all have rights as the same people, like everyone has rights. So it's all down to the government to implement certain laws or do certain policies or do something to help us.
In Ghana, we refer to you guys as Ofri. Have you by any chance inquired what Ofri means?
No.
You just came to me.
Just say it so.
Because in Ghana, it's Ofri Jato.
The Jato even the ball me pass everything.
The Jato the ball you pass.
The Ofri Jato means somebody who is not a pure white.
You know, people think albinos are cursed. Do you think you are cursed?
Never. Rather, we are blessed.
You are blessed. You are not cursed.
Not at all. Why am I cursed? I see myself and then I count myself as a blessing. Because when we go into a place right now, the attention I will catch, you're not going to catch it. Like, I see even that as a blessing for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a very powerful answer.
Yeah. Yeah. So I sing at church too.
You sing at church?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I'm invited for a program, I make sure I go late just to get the attention.
Wow.
Just like that, yeah.
Okay. But you see it as a blessing, fine.
Yeah.
But do you think it's also like a deformity in any way?
Never.
It's not a deformity.
I walk by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I do everything by myself. It's just the color complexion.
Okay.
There is no deformity.
All right. But you know, one thing that I've heard about albino is that one thing people don't like is excessive sunlight. Apart from the sunlight that affects you, what are some of the other effects that the skin color has brought to you?
My only problem is the sunlight and the sight.
Your eyes.
Yeah.
So you don't have very good eyesight?
Yeah. We don't see things from afar.
Afar.
Yeah. So when I was in school, I'm always close to the board.
The eyes that I can see that sometimes if the sun is burning too much, they find it very difficult to see.
Growing up, did they used to be common in the community, and now is it scarce?
For a long time, since my dad and the sister gave birth to those four of them, I haven't heard of any again. And it's about, let me say about 30 years ago.
Tell me why a community that is known for albinos, you get in here, engage in conversations, and it's like you have not encountered any. They have left. The ones that were here, most of them have passed on. And the shocking thing is that he says for the past 30 years, no one has ever given birth to an albino again in the community.
When you look at how there are dark people, there are fair people, are there differences in skin for the albinos too?
Oh yeah, there are different. We have types of albinos. Yeah, we have those who are really white.
Okay.
Yes, and then we have those brown people, which they call them ofrikoko.
Ofrikoko.
Yes, with that brownish hair.
Oh, okay, yeah, true.
They are all albinos.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we have some of them with that black spots on their skins.
Okay, so those are also like a different set of albinos.
A different type of albino.
A lot of black spots on them. But do you do anything to your skin that's why you don't have those black spots?
No, I don't even pomade myself.
You don't pomade yourself? So your skin is already
I'm a natural girl, yeah.
Are you like in a relationship? Are you married?
Please, I'm not married.
You are not married. Okay, so I want to ask, do boys approach you?
Plenty.
Really?
Oh yeah.
And when they do, what comes into your mind?
I'm very cautious when it comes to things like that, because I remember when we were in school, that was SHS. A guy approached me. That time I was a kid, so my mind wasn't really there. I later on heard that he said to someone he wasn't into me, but he wanted to see the difference between albinos and the other normal people. So I was like, so I'm very cautious when it comes to things like that. Apart from my complexion, is there any problem with me? I'm beautiful.
Yeah.
I can speak to.
Yeah.
I do my things by myself.
When you apply for work, do you think your skin color makes you like at a disadvantage? Because if it's a work that you are supposed to work in the sun, what do you do?
I've not applied for such works. Sometimes I wish I can do such works, but because of the sun, I've not tried on that area. That's why I like to be indoors. That's why I'm going for the teaching.
So apart from the teaching, what was like your dream job when you were a kid?
When I was growing up, I wanted to be a psychologist.
Okay.
Just to educate people on this albinism thing, the concept, the mindset about it.
Have you faced a challenge with in the job market before because of your skin?
Sometimes someone will want to give you a job. Be like, your skin, I would like to employ you, but you know, it just goes off. The deal just goes off like that. But people also like, okay, because of your skin, I'll give it to you. I'll just give you a try on this.
Okay.
It depends on the understanding of the person about you, your color. Yeah. So I think it all depends. Sometimes I get some favors from people just because of my color. Sometimes I get bounced just because of my color. So sometimes it goes 50-50.
Because you are an albino, people can refuse to give you jobs. Or people will say they are not going to give you the
times
job.
too. It's like, because you are albino, I like to give you a try.
Okay. I have realized that you are a content creator as well.
Yeah.
You create content, and I was speaking to you saying you do voiceovers. What inspired your content creation journey?
We live in a world. One question that I hate is someone asking me, who are you?
Okay.
So I wanted to make a name for myself out there, where I get to a place. You wouldn't just ask me who. You just know who I am.
Okay.
So, and by content creating is where I can create a job for myself. Because in the world that I live in, it's difficult for someone to give you a job to do.
Okay.
Someone might just employ you. Oh, can you do the job? Your skin, I think you'll get sick. He really needs an employee, but for him to give you the job, he's scared or something. So you're like, oh, I'll get back to you. Then you'll never be called. So me being a content creator is a way to put myself on, to make something for myself, and a way to make every albino be proud of him or herself.
Who is like you?
My grandma is an albino, and then she had a brother who was an albino, and then unfortunately he died. Yeah, so it's in the family. That is it. My sister that comes after me, she's also an albino. She's a student nurse at Tapa Midwifery and Nursing Training School.
Are you the first albino in your family?
Yeah.
You are the first albino in your family. Is your mom an albino?
No.
Is your dad an albino?
No one in my family.
So you are the first albino in your family.
Albino in my family.
How does that feel?
I think it prepared me for society.
But for family's sake, how did the family feel when they realize you are different?
I'm different.
Because now that at least we have more education about albinism, but back then there's not.
Yeah. Do you have friends?
I do.
You have friends who are like normal, with a normal complexion?
Most of my friends.
Most of your friends are. But do you have albino friends?
A lot. I have
a lot.
Too.
They are in this country.
Yeah.
But I hardly see them. Do you guys have like, is it like a group or somewhere that you go
Okay, so you see, we are not plenty.
Okay.
Yeah. So as you walk, you come across one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I met a lady, Ellen, who is an albino like me. And then through her, we got to know another albino. And then we are in a WhatsApp group now.
Oh, so there's like an albino WhatsApp group.
Yeah, for us.
That's fine.
Growing up in a country where we don't have a lot of people with the same condition, how do you mingle? Or how do you mingle with colleagues? How do you make friends?
It's really challenging. Most of the time it's depressive because people wouldn't really see you as they see others vibe with you like that. You just have to be around them, you know, talk. If people like you, they like you for who you are. If people don't, they don't like you for your color and this stuff. But most of the times, people who are really into you, they move along, like tag along with you.
Have you had an embarrassing moment that at the point you are like, I hate the skin color? Have you had any experience like that?
Yeah.
What can you tell us about it?
There was this, we went for a convention. Okay. I think with some friends. And when the car parked, we just got out. Everyone was like, everyone was looking at me, so I felt a bit shy. So I stayed in the car for whole 2 hours until the program was over and then we left.
Wow.
I couldn't
so
get out.
You didn't come out of the vehicle?
No. I just went back inside them.
Do you sometimes cry?
I used to. That was back in the days, but now I'm just over it. I'm used to everything, like, yeah.
I don't know how your family is like, but we've had stories where when people give birth and they realize that they are albinos, they tend to reject them.
Yeah.
Have you heard any story like that?
Yeah.
That someone gave birth
and he's been rejected.
Rejected.
People are scared. For example, if you give birth like with someone, maybe the person be like, it's not my son or something. Okay. You get it, because it's not my color. It doesn't look like me or something. So it's very challenging for mothers and parents. People get to move along with it. People also don't have to just ignore it.
Do albinos discriminate against each other?
Some of us, some of the albinos. I remember I said this on Joy Prime when I went to SHS. I met an albino who was in Form 3. I was so happy and I excited that I met her, but she didn't honor me. Like, she wasn't happy.
She didn't even recognize you?
No. I'll leave my room to her room to sit on her bed. She will act like she hasn't even seen me. Wow. So it got to a time I just felt like I should live my life. She should live her life. But we do talk.
You do talk?
Yeah.
Do you think that there are some things society should change?
Yeah, a lot.
When it comes to albinism?
A lot. I think we as Ghanaians, or in Africa for example, we don't have the proper government structure to help albinism or people living with albinism, because I think there should be a whole public education on this to help people living like me, because there are people who don't really have courage to move around, talk about themselves, make friends and apply for jobs and all those stuff. So I think there should be a whole public education, and I think the government should have a bit, maybe like some funds or support for albinos, because we go through a lot. The life for us isn't normal as life for every single person. It's really different and difficult. So I think there's a part where the government comes in and help implement ways to help.
I think society should change their perception that albinos don't do this. Albinos are restricted from this. The only thing that changes here is the skin complexion. That is all. Okay. The blood that runs through us is as red as any human being. So I think they should just get away with that perception and conception. The other day, after I went to Joy Prime and I came back, my grandma was like, when she was young, she was living with, I think, one of the Asante kings, Prempe or so. She was living with them. But that time, she has heard that albinos don't go to the palace, they don't go to the shrine, we are from the rivers, but it's never like that.
If you have the option not to be an albinism, would you change?
No, there's nothing I would change about my color. The only thing I would like to change is people's perception about us. Apart from that, so I'm cool with everything.
No. Cool. What about you?
Yeah, there's nothing I'm changing.
There's nothing you're changing. You like it like that. Okay, guys, you heard it from them. And also, just one message for our audience. Kids born today who are albinos, what do you have to tell them if they are watching this content?
I think being an albino is different. You are different, and it makes you special. It makes every attention comes back to you. So I think you should take advantage of that, make a positive use, and yeah, you're gonna make it.
Okay, what about you?
For me, I would say being albino is a blessing.
Address the girls more.
Yes, my ladies, being albino as a lady is a blessing. And then I would advise for us not to make people use this condition to abuse us. We should believe in ourselves. We should love ourselves for who we are. And then I think if we love ourselves first, the love from other people will come. Because if you don't love yourself, there is no way somebody can love you. I'll also advise parents with children with albinism. We are all humans, so we need equal treatment as we give to other children. And then we are blessing.
Yeah. A big blessing.
Yeah.
Alright guys, so this is where we'll wrap up here, and I need to be so grateful to him because we are in Accra and he was doing Accra. He left a different region, Ashanti region, all the way to Accra for us to film this particular content. I'm so glad. I want to use this platform to say a big thank you to you, because not everyone is going to do something like this, and it's something that we have wanted to do to change the narrative in the environment about albinism. If you're a new subscriber to the channel, like, share, put us on post notification. If you made it this far, just drop it in the comments. What's your name?
Riley.
What?
Riley. R-I-L-E-Y.
Riley.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes, so if you made it this far, just say I love Riley in the comment section. Just drop it in the comment section. Let us know that you made it to this point in the video. My name is Scanty. You can give us your socials.
Follow me on all social media platforms at Riley, Blackboy Riley, or APC. Just find me, but mainly on TikTok. You can just find me.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Bye.